We're still at 8:59. Not for long though. Oh, 9 o'clock. All right, we'll be right there. Come on. Come on.
I don't see it.
As soon as I know we're live, we're gonna roll.
I see live. It actually says live on Facebook. So are you live on your page? What do we got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to personal now. Should be good.
I'm not seeing it yet, but I think that was it right there. There we go.
All right, I see us.
Let's go.
All right, let's roll. Good evening, everybody. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. What time is it over by you, Bradley?
7:01. 7:01.
Awesome. We're gonna rock this thing. All right, let's do a little screen share here. Welcome everybody to the corporate overview. I am your co-host Derek Nelson, along with Mr. Bradley Buchanan, who is out of Colorado, and I am in Florida. So we're in different time zones.
Right.
So can everybody see my slideshow?
Let's go.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So the idea here is we want to show you how to discover your financial future. We are the richest country in the history of the world, but there's a lot of people struggling, and everybody's struggling on a different level. And we want to show you why we can help you reach your financial dreams here in 2019, even with zero experience. You don't have to, you don't have to know everything to get started here. And we're going to show you exactly what it takes to succeed with this business and with our team, more importantly. Okay, so who's this webinar for? We keep it very simple here. If you're looking to build a business online, you've come to the right place. If you want more freedom in your lives, you've come to the right place. If you're looking for a simple model that gets real results, I welcome you. And if you're anything like any one of us and you just got sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck and being sick and tired of being sick and tired, then this webinar is for you. On the flip side of that, real quick, I'll tell you what you're going to learn, okay? How this business is changing lives. Bradley, what is this business doing for you both mentally and skill-wise right now? Like, what is it doing for you?
Honestly, man, it's just elevating me to another level. It's showing me the possibilities by being around people that that have that drive. Is really just opening up and it's unlocking stuff, man. I mean, honestly, that's what it is. It's showing me the possibilities because, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it. You will become like the people you surround yourself with. So if you are around people that want to break free, that want to progress in life, they want to go after it, nobody knows what the results are going to be, but if you strive for it and you're around a bunch of people, it will keep you driven. And that's just what it's been doing for me.
Yep, 100%. I'm with you there, man. You can literally create an automated business today. Okay, these systems will free up your time. Okay, this is the whole idea. This is why we're here. We want to leverage our time, right? So you want to do other things in your life. So this can free up time for you. And we can show you how to get started and to literally see results right away, because results matter. A lot of people claim to be busy, but they don't produce the results. And at the end of the day, people want to know what you produced, not what you did all day, right? So you got to have results.
Yep.
Who is this webinar not for? We're not looking for people that are seeking a lottery ticket. If you want a lottery ticket, go up the block to your local gas station and get yourself a Powerball. Good luck. Brad, did you know this? Over $70 billion every year is spent on lottery.
Whoa.
And if you look at the millions upon millions of people that play the Powerball and the Mega Millions on an annual basis, how many times do you hear about somebody winning it? It's between the two of them, I think it's less than 20 times, right?
So, Derek, with that being said, if a person does just a quick like estimate, just do a quick calculation of how much they spend a week times 4 times, how many weeks in a year, they could have took that money and invested it into themselves.
Yes.
None of that money, they're not getting any of that money back. It's not coming back on your income taxes. So why are they not taking that money and investing it into themselves?
Exactly. Yeah, you're 100% right. The best investment you can ever make is in yourself. And, you invest in your mindset and you invest in your business. If you bet on you, you have a much better shot of creating your own lottery ticket. It'll just take a little bit more time than the winning ticket. But then again, people play lotto for 80, 90 years and never win, right?
Yeah.
So you have to be willing to invest time and effort in yourselves. If you're not, probably not the right webinar for you. It's comparable to looking for that magic weight loss pill. I can eat whatever I want, but if I do my 4.5-minute abs, I'll be great. So no, that's really not what it's about. You really gotta treat this like a real business, because that's what it is. Okay, this is not some kind of get rich quick scheme, but it is a get rich sure if you do it right.
Yeah.
So why do you want to stick around to the end? You want to stick around to the end because we're going to tell you exactly how to structure your business and how to win, period. The systems we use. Who's Bradley and Derek anyway? Who are these guys? Bradley, you want to kick it off?
So a little bit about myself. One of my very first ventures in the MLM space was around 2005. And from there, I just continued to fail forward. I had the ups and downs. I had the people laughing. I had, I went through everything as far as the roller coaster of trying to win. And then from there forward, I joined an opportunity like 3 times. That's like $1,500. It was like $500 a pop. And with me, I'm a very, very determined person. When I want something, I'm going to try to figure out how to make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, so many people focus on your failures and your losses. They don't realize that that's one of the keys to success. You have to fail. Everything that you've ever done in life, you didn't know how to do it at one time. You sucked at it, and then you continue to progress to get better. And that's the one thing. So from there forward, I joined a few times. Then I joined a few other opportunities. And then I just continued to fail forward. I learned in 2014 about email marketing. And then from there, I joined some Bitcoin opportunities. Again, ups and downs on the roller coaster, made money, lost money. But I learned, and it just really is about continuing to push through. Most people only look at your failures, but they don't see that it takes drive. Like, when I watched the video literally about Steve Harvey, and he was talking about him being homeless. Steve Harvey was homeless. It let me understand that most people don't even know what it takes to succeed. All they see is this man. Now they see his successes, but they didn't never see any of his failures unless you were close to him. You know what I mean? And you see him on TV. So long story short, I failed my way to this point, and now I'm around the right community. That's my story real quick,
Yeah, that's great. And you end up where you are because you never quit, man. I mean, you just keep going. It's like you change the strategy, but you never take your eyes off the prize. A little background on myself, I'm not college educated. In fact, I was not so kindly asked to leave during my first year of college. That's a discussion over a drink at another time. I wasn't the best school student. I was told I would be nothing because I didn't have the right education. I didn't have the right background. I don't blame the people that told me that. It's just, that's what their mindset was. And that's the thing. We were brought up, when you were a kid and you were learning how to walk or ride a bike, you didn't care what people thought. You just did it, right? And you did it without thought. And you just knew it had to get done. But over time, the grown-ups, they kind of beat you down. And now all of a sudden you're worried about what other people think. And I was there. I was worried about what other people thought. And guess what? It took me, I'm 44 now, and now I don't care really what other people think. So it's not that I don't care what they think. Here's the thing. It's okay to understand what people might think about you, but it's not okay to look yourself in the mirror and let that change the way you think of yourself.
Absolutely.
That's a very important piece. You know, it's okay to get feedback. By the way, some of your most negative feedback will be from those closest to you because they have the same mindset and paradigms that 99% of us grew up with. So, long story short, I ended up having, you know, a decent career for a little while. Worked on the New York Stock Exchange of all places. Don't ask me how I got there. But you know, that career ended, and I didn't understand money. I didn't understand leverage. I always thought I had to work for money, just like most of you do as well. And so I went through my retirement funds. I went broke. I went past broke into the red. And those are very scary times. You know, you cannot use credit cards to pay bills because it's not going to last very long. And the creditors keep calling. And all that does is create stress and stress and stress. And heart disease is the #1 killer in this country. And I believe the #1 cause of heart disease is stress. And the #1 cause of stress is money. So we're in this to win this. And you know, hopefully we provide enough value for everybody, Bradley, that they'll see the big picture in this and that we're all in this to win for each other. Because if you win and everybody on this wins, then we all win. And that's why when I say winning is everything, winning's everything if everybody wins. That's the bottom line. So what do you get with us? Listen, we have exclusive training. People are raising their hands. Just to time out for a minute. We promise to have we will answer all questions at the end if you just let us get through this. Be happy to answer any questions. Hopefully we get the answer. But we have exclusive training. We have a private Facebook group. Okay. You get to invite your guests to overviews. Okay. For example, Jim Dickinson and Val are doing one on Saturday, right? And we have, you know, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. You can literally you can invite your guests to any one of these webinars and you let them see what you're seeing now, just a different twist of it, because guess what? They're different personalities. So these aren't cookie cutter webinars. You get weekly training. Okay. We have war rooms is what we call them. That's the picture you see on the bottom right. You see me with my wonderful mug there looking down. And you get one-on-one coaching, and it's 24/7. And that's, you can always get an answer. So Bradley, I mean, we talked about this week, right? We're taught what? Go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a job, start a family, buy a home, save for retirement. Hopefully by the time you get to age 65, you have enough, right?
Yep. It's crazy that I'm glad this slide came up because I was literally just writing down deprogram and reprogram, which is something that most people don't know because we have habits. Everybody has habits. And you have to deprogram everything you know and reprogram, be willing to be coachable, be willing to be taught. And everybody focuses on somebody else giving them instructions versus you having self-reliance to try to figure out things more on your own and failing forward. Once you get in this community, it's going to be a deprogramming and reprogramming process. I'm going through that now with people that we're bringing in and just conversations and things that that people are going through. It's like people bring old paradigms to this opportunity, and it's about deprogramming and reprogramming. So for the people that are brand new that are watching this, you're going to have to go through a phase to where you're going to have to be it's just reprogramming your mind, right?
Yep.
So,
You know it's a crazy stat. We have between 70 and 75,000 thoughts on a daily basis.
Wow.
Did you know that over 91% of those thoughts are the same thoughts as yesterday? So it's no wonder that these paradigms get passed down from generation to generation, and we just keep going through the same cycle. And the reason why the 1% are called the 1% is because really the 1% are the only ones that gain control of their minds and break that mold, right? So it's just a shift in mind because we're taught to go through this system. You know, you go to school, you get good grades, you get to college. By the way, I didn't get good grades in school. I didn't get a college education. I got jobs, and and more than once I found myself looking for another job because that job was just done. I was outsourced to technology. I thought I had a great career, but because I didn't understand how money worked at the time, I didn't leverage that. I didn't have a backup income, and this is what we're all about here.
Yeah.
What really happens, right? You get student debt, you get credit card debt, you got car loans, you got a job you hate. Think about that. You commute 1 to 2 hours a day. I used to do it on a train. I know what it's like. It's terrible. And you commute let's say the average commute, hour and a half, 2 hours each way. It's crazy. Imagine spending 3 hours just in the car back and forth. You're constantly stressed. You're like almost in a road rage, at times, because it's just like, get me out, because you hate it. And you're killing yourself for a job that would replace you within a week of you passing away. I mean, brother, that's insanity to me.
Do you know how many times when I worked at the factory in Michigan, right? So it was like 20 minutes from the city I'm from. On a daily basis, do you know how many people we talk to, like just from the time you come through, the everybody got a buzz in, and then the thing turns around, you go through the gate, you come into the lunchroom. In that lunchroom, there was so much toxic, negative energy because people hated their job. And people still showed up every single day to talk about how they hated their job. And some of those people are going to watch this live because we are all from the same city. And man, it's just, man, like nobody, this is the thing. It is a process of breaking free. It's not like right now you're telling you quit your job and join. No, it is a process of breaking free. And most people are unwilling to go through that process for whatever reason, because it's fear, because of, just the wrong state of mind. They've been, people have been conditioned to believe that a job is the only way.
Right.
So whatever it is, go ahead.
I mean, I was just going to say, fear to me is going another 30 years and not having enough saved, because seniors, they're more fearful of running out of money than dying. So, I mean, that goes to show you what the future has in store if you continue on this path. And most families have 2 to 3 jobs between a married couple. And if you got kids, Bradley, you know what? There's not much left if you're working 2 to 3 jobs between 2 people. Not much parenting. Right. They're being raised by other people. It could be grandparents, babysitters, what have you. Been there, done that. Quite frankly, I like to see my children, and that's what we're fighting for right here. So you have the choice. You could put yourself on a 1, 2, even if I told you it was a 5-year plan, that beats a 20 to 30-year plan all day long, and at least you have more control over your income this way. It's just scary. And these days, if you don't take a risk, that becomes the risk.
It's the greatest risk at all.
Right? So why do we want to build a business online? You want to set up your business so it's actually working while you're sleeping. I've gotten up, I get up 4:35 in the morning. I give myself a half hour to have my own time. But when I turn my phone on, hey, sometimes I turn my phone on and I got a commission. It's not always a huge commission, but it's nice to have, I generate a couple bucks while I was sleeping. That means a lot. And I know this Warren Buffett quote is your favorite of all time. I mean, we've shared that. We talked about that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. And besides this quote, the other one is from Steve Jobs, and it says, here's to the crazy ones. You know what I mean? And we are the crazy ones. These 2 quotes probably are my top 2 quotes, like ever, anywhere on the internet, ever, written, is because it is about looking outside. Like, people think it's about, just being out of the comfort zone. Like, the box does not have to exist. Like,
right.
We've been conditioned that there has to be a box and you have to be outside of it. But we are the crazy ones. And that's just what it is. I mean, like, you have to be. Will Smith even said it. You have to be unreasonable. You have to be unreasonable. And most people are reasonable. If you think about it, ask a person about an opportunity. They'll start going in their reason as to why it can't, why this, that's reason. You have to be unreasonable. You have to be outside of the majority of people.
100%. I'm in this not just for the financial freedom, but for the time freedom. I don't want to have to beg someone to take a week off and go somewhere with the family. Not to mention, you want to build a business online, at least if not here, somewhere else, because the world is going digital. And if you don't join that movement, I mean, just look at the retail stores, what's going on around this country and around the world. They're closing down left and right. They're merging together. They're shutting down, Sears and Macy's, all these stores, these box stores are shutting down because they're not evolving. And, people want to order stuff in their underwear. Let's face it. They don't want to go out and take the time to do it. So Even, movie theaters, all that stuff is going away because we could just sit at home and take care of it. So you got to get online or you're going to be left behind. So I added this slide specifically because school definitely doesn't teach us this. If we look on the left, this is called the cash flow quadrant. If you're familiar with Robert Kiyosaki, he talks about this extensively in his books. In fact, 95% of the population is on the employee and the self-employed side, and that creates 5% of the wealth. So you go from employee, and most people that go self-employed is because they want to be their own boss. But what happens is they take whatever money they saved, and if they go self-employed, they buy themselves a job, right? So we want to get on the other side of that and become a business owner and then an investor. Because a business owner investors create 95% of the wealth, but only about 5% of the population is there. How important is that? And the difference between being self-employed and a business is if I'm self-employed, Bradley, if I'm self-employed and I go on vacation, do I make money?
No.
If I'm running a business with the system and I want to take the family away for a month, not only do I make money, but can my business grow?
Yeah. The system is going to continue to work if you have a system in place, and that's you hear it so much, man. Like I come from the space of us just like loving rap music and watching these guys, and now some of the guys that were quote unquote coming from the streets and talking about that, the thing that they are talking about now, these street guys are saying, I want to be able to make money while I sleep.
Yep.
And that's when I knew. I said, you know what? It really is an understanding. So, man.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. No, 100%. It's important. Some people get it. Most people don't. But we're putting it out there right here so you can understand it. And don't take our word for it. Go pick up Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, if you haven't, because he explains about this in depth. That's not what this webinar is about. What makes our system so simple? We have capture pages. We have landing pages. We have an email autoresponder where the emails are actually created for you. All you have to do is like personalize a little bit by adding your name, maybe a photo to it on a signature, but they're already written for you. Like it's not difficult. You see here on the bottom left, we have an SMS blast. You can send text. It's a little more advanced, but we have the training to do it, so you can learn all this stuff. It's so simple. What does all that mean? You don't have to go and create a bunch of emails. You don't have to be a tech genius. You don't have to come from Silicon Valley to work with us. Absolutely not. Okay. You don't have to be a copywriter. You don't have to learn how to write a whole bunch of articles and blogs, and it's not necessary. It's one and done. When you start writing your own emails, brother, you write an email, you send it out to the world. It's done, right? It's out there. The whole world gets to see it, and you can set it up in a sequence so that anytime somebody opts into your system, they'll always get that email on that particular day of their cycle. So, by the way, anybody, if any of this is confusing, we're going to trust me. This is very simple, and we will simplify it for you. In terms of words. So, because here's the deal, we're going to show you exactly how to generate traffic, not the driving kind, the people that potentially want to work with you. Okay, we'll show you paid and free sources, the best follow-up practices. What do you do when someone joins your business, and how and where to place new people? Right, Bradley, you had to go and reinvent the wheel when you joined, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The thing that most people have to understand is we're going to keep driving it forward. You have to be willing to be teachable, coachable. You have to be willing to learn. You have to open up your mind to say, let me allow somebody to pour in something that I don't have in there. And that's what it is. The one there, I think, is something I don't talk about a lot. I am a person that is hungry for knowledge and understanding. I am a person that is progressive. I want to progress. And that means you have to be a student. And most people don't know how to be a student. I want to keep touching that for the new people. Remain a student, and you will do well in this business. Remain a student. Always learn. Always be willing to listen to the people that are above you and around you.
I agree 100%. It's interesting because not to get off the subject, but I had found something Let's see. All right. Here's a little slogan that I read, and it basically goes on. It's the premise is being a student and having a like-minded team around you. And the quote was, "One is too small a number to achieve greatness." There's no such thing as self-made.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
No, you need that team 100%, and you need the right team. So there are other systems out there. It doesn't have to be with us. I mean, there's franchise models out there. McDonald's, Panera, people know them very well. If you invest in these, there's a very good likelihood you'll succeed. They have it all in place. With that said, a McDonald's is going to cost you anywhere from $1 million to 2.2, and then even after you lay out that money, you better have another $750,000 in the bank just in case. Panera, you got to have at least a $3 million net worth to get started, and it's going to cost you up to $1.6 million just to get one rolling. So
before you jump off this slide,
yeah, go.
Why is it that most people that are going to watch this, not the team, but most people that are going to watch this, why don't they look at these two like their systems? Do you know why? Because we have been conditioned to be consumers.
Yep.
And the thing that we're jumping on the other side of doing is learning to be producers. When I looked at these, I'm like, all we want to do is go buy something. We don't even look at the fact that this is a system. Most people look at this, that's something I can go eat. It's consumerism.
Yep.
Michael Jordan's, that's a system. And all we want to do is go buy the shoes rather than learn how to create our own product or learn how to sell somebody else's product and become producers. I want to touch on that. I think that's
great. And you just made me think of something. Another thing people don't understand about McDonald's is they're actually one of the largest real estate companies in the world.
Yeah.
Think about that.
What is it? What book was it? It's either Think and Grow Rich or it's Rich Dad Poor Dad that talks about that's a real estate.
Yep.
And people said that they thought that they were selling, they were going into the hamburger business. And he was like, no, we're going into the real estate business.
Yeah, you're in the wrong business. Yeah, no, 100%. They're in the real estate business. So, our business is also a business in the box. Like a franchise, we have a proven system. It works. Okay. Sometimes the people don't work. Sometimes the people want to go rogue on us, but the system works. And if you follow it, you win, period. We have the tools that you need to win. The difference is your startup costs are but a fraction of a franchise. Believe me, you can literally sign up and be up and running today versus putting up a McDonald's and it taking 1 to 3 years. And you can be profitable in your first month. I'm not saying everybody is profitable in their first month, but you can be profitable in your first month. It's, it really comes down to the person utilizing the system. So, few questions. Can you follow a few simple steps and have an operational business today? How would you like full access to our proven business model? What would your life be like if you never had to worry about money again? And what do you think it'll cost to run this business? Here's what you get. We have a fully automated email system. We have capture and landing pages, step-by-step training. It's a fail-proof system. Ability to earn your first commission in 7 to 10 days. I got my first commission in 7 days. Wasn't a big commission, but it definitely covered my cost, which made me feel real good at the time. You have full access to our private Facebook community. We will give you massive, massive value. You have 24-hour support. We have a Facebook messenger group, and if I'm not available, let's say 1 in the morning, because I get up at 4:35. If I'm not available at 1 in the morning, somebody is. There's a very good chance you'll get your question answered. To me, we put $49.97 worth of value. To me, it's priceless. I don't know about you, Bradley, but I don't think you could put a dollar amount on this.
No.
I'm glad you agree with me.
The products, man.
Because think about it, because we say $49.97, right? But the potential there's people in this business making 6 figures a month and 5 figures a month. It's there. So you can't really put a price on it.
And Derek, I want to also real quick, there are people that are going to watch this because I've been talking to people about just the product, about
Yeah.
the credit repair. So for the people that are watching this, that you don't want to try to grow a business because you're content with your job, talk to them, Derek, about them just being able to just utilize the service, just to be a customer.
Yeah. So as a member, what do you get, right? So we I actually I think we have that written down. So I could fast forward to that. So here it is. It's the very next slide. So as a member or a business builder, you have complete access to the debt elimination tool, the credit repair program, the W-4 program, the online marketing system, the Facebook groups, and the 24/7 coaching and mentoring. Now, what Bradley's referring to here is basically this. When members join, okay, most members are W-2 employees. So they filled out a W-4 to, you claim, single zero, it's your dependents. So what the W-4 program does is it teaches you and coaches you on how to properly adjust it so that you have more net income every single month. The average net income somewhere between 250 and 500. We have one gentleman, Jim. He's literally 560 a month. He'll be on Saturdays. And what's great about that is the debt elimination tool. So if you got credit card debt and stuff, it'll calculate for you exactly not only the fastest way to eliminate that debt, but the most cost efficient. So as you get more money from your paycheck, you can apply it and pay the debt down that much faster, so you pay less interest. In the meantime, you get on the credit repair program. Even if your credit's 680, 700, you can get it up higher because over time you'll pay less interest. In 90 to 120 days, you can have a credit score above 750. That can mean the difference between paying 2 or 3% on a car loan or maybe 6% on a car loan, and over a lifetime could mean tens of thousands of dollars back in your own pocket. Okay, that's very important because you're putting money back in your pocket. Now, often members will decide that they want to become business builders. Why? Because if they're paying their credit cards off and then they have an accelerated payment, and let's say they get an extra $400 a month from their paychecks, and they're paying that towards that. So now they're paying, let's say, I don't know, $800 a month, just to keep the numbers around. So you're paying $800 a month into your credit cards to get those paid down. But guess what happens when your credit cards are paid off? You have $800 net coming back to you. What a wonderful foundation to be able to build an online business. No?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I just want to rewind real quick. We do all the support. The software is already in place for you. Okay, the sales funnels are built. The capture and landing pages are done, and we'll do everything we can to help you build your business. I mean, we have team training websites that'll start you from beginning to end. So what's the investment? Is it the cost of an expensive franchise like a McDonald's? No. Is it the thousands of dollars that, I mean, quite frankly, if it was a couple of $1,000, more people would take this a lot more serious. But the thing is, it's not that much. In fact, it's not even hundreds of dollars. You can literally get started today as a business owner for $74.95, and then going forward, it'll be $59.95 a month. Let me ask you this, Bradley, where could you start a business for $75?
Here.
Yeah, and get all those tools, right?
And can I let me jump in real quick. I just did some quick math, and this is going to help everybody get it in perspective. For most people that drink coffee every day, if it's $5 times 30, you do the math. You just doubled by buying coffee. So for people that say, "Oh, I can't afford that," you spend $5 a day on coffee.
Right.
So there you go.
Priorities. It's priorities. And if you smoke cigarettes and don't have money, this is a great opportunity to quit.
Right.
They say quitters never win, but when you quit cigarettes, you're gonna win. You'll win financially, and you'll have a longer life.
Right.
Right. So what else is included? We have something called the rotator link. Just to give you an example, I don't personally sponsor anymore. Okay, what I do is I'll throw, and right here it's 638 hits I've had, if you look right here. So it's well beyond that now, but that's what it was when we built out this platform. And what that is I take everybody on my team, it's not automatic. You have to show some effort, but I'll place your landing page in my rotator. So when I run traffic, it rotates around. And if somebody signs up, whoever it happens to land on, they get the credit for it, not me. Now I get an override, and that's great because we have a commission schedule. We have an override system, and it's fantastic. Bradley, can you imagine what it would be like if, if I brought person A in and you brought person A, and then, we started building depth, and those people in the depth, you can go wide, you can go depth. It's not like this. It's out. It's like agencies you're building, right?
Yep.
And as they go down, imagine if all these other people start using the rotator. Imagine you had 10 other people that are using rotators that have 5 to 10 people in those.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, this thing, it's like this. It starts like this, and then just out of nowhere, it could literally take that turn and put you into the stratosphere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This is a crock pot business. Okay. It's going to take some nurturing. It's a real business. This is not a get rich quick. It's a real business. But I'm telling you right now, if you follow the system and you follow the program and you're consistent and you do what you're supposed to do, I promise you, you cannot lose. You will make money. There's no doubt.
For people watching this, what do you recommend? Like when they come in, they don't know what's going on. They want, they want to change their financial future.
Mm-hmm.
They want to do something different. They want to learn how to create income online outside of a job.
Yep.
What do you tell them? Give this what amount of time? Because that matters. You know what I mean? Like, just like you said, this is not a get rich quick scheme. So people should be committed and driving and working. I mean, obviously for the long haul, but what's a good number to tell people, like, to be focused on it for how long?
For time?
Yeah. 6 months, a year, 3 years, 5 years. Like, obviously we're in it for the long haul.
We're in this for the long haul, but you got to put your head down for 6 to 12 months. You got to work. You got to put the work in. 6 to 12 months. Then after the 5th month of the business, assuming you're doing everything right, the leverage will start to kick in. And that's when you go from adding in your bank account to multiplying in your bank account. That's when things start to happen. So you're laying the seeds in the first 5 months. But here's what you got to do with those seeds that you lay. They have to get sunlight, and you have to water them. You have to treat them right. Okay? When a seed for a tree goes in the ground, you don't check on it every day. You have the faith that it's going to happen. Yep. So as long as you're doing what you need to do, just have faith that it's going to happen. Don't get impatient, but move fast. Yep. I call it calm confidence. You move at lightning speeds, but you're relaxed because you know what you're doing and you have a system. And there are 168 hours in a week. You can find 20 hours to do this every week. I'm not one of those people that are going to tell you, well, if you put in 20 minutes a day, it's going to work. No, you have to work. If you can find 4 to 5 hours, get up an hour earlier, go to bed an hour later. There's just so much. I mean, how much TV do people watch on a daily basis? Cut it off. Instead of watching TV, do something to work on your business. Yep. Your future self will thank you. I'm 44 years old. You know what I think about? I think about me when I'm 85, looking at the 44-year-old version of me through memories. What is that 85-year-old going to see? Is he going to see somebody sitting on a couch eating potato chips, or is he going to see somebody, setting himself up for himself and his family?
Right.
I want to set my kids up. You know what I mean? So, I highly suggest you whoever sent you here, obviously if Bradley or I sent you here, reach out to us. But whoever sent you here, get back to them, because if you're on their team, you're on our team anyway. You're going to see a lot of us once you join. Yeah. You're going to position yourself, because we are on the verge of a major explosion business wise. We're doing these overviews 5 days a week. It's probably going to expand from there. Okay, we're driving traffic. As I'm on the phone with you, as we're on this webinar, there's traffic coming in.
Yeah.
Okay. The teams are growing. Okay. And what you're looking to do is put your head down and then one day pick it up. And I don't mean one day 30 years from now. Bradley, what are we talking? We're talking 6, 12, 18, even 24 months. you pick your head up and you have an automated income that has surpassed your job.
Yep. Then you get to go on vacation. I'm telling you. I'm telling people flat out. Besides, obviously my children and family, it's going on vacation, being able to film from anywhere that you are and show people what online can do, like what it really can do. Because one thing I know is me and Derek are about to be living examples from this opportunity. We are about to be living examples that everybody, all the naysayers, family members, peers, friends, old friends, neighborhood people, that, oh, you can't do that. We're about to be living examples. So then what will they say?
Right.
Oh, you guys must have had, Daniel must have ran $1,000 worth of traffic every month to help you out. No, it's work.
It's work. Anybody that's successful is work. And that's why I always laugh with, like, we go back and I like to use the Tiger Woods, because everybody seems to know who Tiger Woods is. He was like the youngest golf champion that ever came, and they're like, oh, he was an overnight success. They don't realize that it took him 18 years to perfect his game.
Yeah.
Right?
When did he start? How old was he when he started? He was a little boy.
2.
Wow.
You can fact check me, but I think it was 2.
Wow.
So think about that. So what's next? Get with the person who introduced you here. Let's put you on the path to financial freedom. The system is one of a kind.
Yep.
And I'm telling you right now, the timing is perfect.
Yep.
What do they say? The best time to plant the tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now.
Absolutely.
Someone's sitting in the shade today because of a tree that was planted 20 years ago. Plant that tree today, so that in 20 years' time, you look back and you just smile, because you're like, I put my head down for like 2 years, and then I picked it up, and I never had to grind again.
And for everybody watching this, he touched on it earlier. I'm going to say it again. There is a whole training site that teaches you step by step what to do, videos, so you know how to set up your system, you know how to get traffic, you know what to do on a daily, consistent basis.
Yep.
The community is amazing. So the person that I got in with, Daniel Kump, if for any reason Daniel's not available, Derek is there. The people that are around me, Adam and Ashley, are there. You know what I mean? Like, our community is amazing. If your sponsor for any reason was on vacation, or something happened and they couldn't be there, the community is there to answer your questions and get you on a path.
100%.
So
100%. We are 100% here to help you. I'm just kind of scrolling through to see if anybody has any questions. I'm not seeing any. There's some dialogue, but there's no questions. Everybody, I hope we were thorough. We're honored that you came on and took time out of your evening to spend time with us. I hope it was meaningful for you. I hope Bradley and I provided value, because that's what we're here to do. We have set ourselves on the path, and I'm not saying I'm there yet, but I'm on the way to creating that financial freedom, which will give us time freedom, which will reduce the stress and help us live healthier life. Like, it's all compounding, right? And so we just do a little bit every day, and over time that compounds. So any last thoughts?
For me, I would just tell people, because there's been a lot of people on the team that have been inboxing me and then telling me thank you for the motivation. For everybody watching this that's on the team,
that's awesome.
Do not be motivated, be empowered. This is your business, and I'm here to continue to do what I do. If you feel like it's motivation, that's great. But at the same time, when I talk to Daniel gives me the uncut, raw truth, and I'm empowered. You know what I mean? It's not like Daniel is feeding me motivation. I am around the right community. It's a bunch of fires that are just creating one big fire. Do not be motivated, be empowered. Take it. One of the things that my mentor, one of the first greatest mentors that I had, Eric Thomas, said, he said, take my words and digest them. That means it becomes a part of you.
Yeah.
And I live that. Be empowered.
He's amazing too.
That dude, man. And he's from Michigan. 1 hour away from where I'm from. I'm from Port Huron. He's from Detroit.
And he's proof that anybody can make it in this world. Here's a guy He's from Michigan.
Yeah.
He grew up as a poor black man, right, on the streets. What year did he? How old was he when he went homeless?
I think he was in his teen. I think he was in like 16 or 18. I'm not for sure. I'm
Yeah,
not for sure, but
young guy, one of the most sought after speakers in the world.
yeah, from Detroit. And once, because I was watching him for like a year or 2 years, and once it set in, I'm like, this dude from Detroit.
Yeah,
And he's worldwide. So that Eric Thomas is living proof that if you believe in yourself, you can do anything.
yep. And that is a guy who had the cards stacked against him. He was dealt a specific hand, but man, did he bluff and play that hand to a T. And he, anybody who wants to learn about Eric Thomas, just YouTube Eric Thomas, and you will be so freaking inspired. It'll blow your mind. The guy is truly amazing. I followed him for a couple years. So again, just to reiterate, I don't see any questions. So there might be some on Facebook, which we'll catch after, but get back with whoever sent you here. Okay. Let's build this thing. Let's get you a real business. This is not something that even we compete with Amazon. Amazon, this is personalized service. These aren't protein shakes. These aren't, magic pills or anything like that. 63% of America has less than $500 in their pocket. It's time to change that. We are the richest country in the history of the world. We all deserve a better life. So it starts with you, and it starts with financial education. And these tools will get them there. So get back with whoever sent you, and let's get the ball rolling, and let's put some money in your pocket in the process. Financial freedom and time freedom. Everybody, thank you for joining us, and I hope you have
Peace.